And welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim Perfectly Modded, Episode 6. Alright, anyways, remobilize the remaining bandits and train them to become deadly sharpshooters. Wore heavy armor, and years later they are known as the Seal Bolts and are a force to be reckoned with. These were heavy armor, decent archers, not trained in melee weapons. Doom Ranger, an orc tribe that mastered the art of the Doom Rage, a skill that magically revives a person who's almost dead and doubles their strength to destroy anyone in their way. But this also blinds them with anger and drives them to frenzy. This anger causes them to kill anyone around them, including friends. It's advised to try to take them out with one blow while the men are craftier adventures. And I plan to put this to their advantage. Advantage heals itself when they death immediately, double strength after that. Light armor, when healed due to damage, will go into frenzy killed. Anyone who will not heal is killed in a single strike. Like factions, Dyros, Crows, Necros, Electros, and Antoros. Now, the Warlocks and Bandits have some sort of agreement. As long as bandits do not encroach upon Warlock territory, Warlocks will support bandit activities. Unfortunately, no one reports bandit attacks against Warlocks. In fact, there's usually no one left to give any report. As bandits supported, Warlocks have much better backup, the bandits, than the Warlock focus groups. Hard to target them when trying to decide who to kill first. So low armored, easy to kill. Disgrace. A group of nobles banished with their wealth and thirst for revenge on the holds. High bar guards, armies with plans of assaulting the holds. More loyal guards become soul captured so that they may serve their lords forever. Can summon dangerous guards to attack players, have enchanted weapons, refuse to wear anything but expensive clothes and jewels. Whisperer, the hidden, used to be called the Hidden Whisperer. The juices that ran the group got in the future with some Khajiit Mill, something about calipers and liars, which almost destroyed the group. Tired of the council didn't intervene, the young sisters and a follower took the name Whisperer from the group to create their own assassin guild. Like the Hidden, they too can be invisible, but instead of daggers, these assassins focus on archery. Foes were felled by an arrow piercing their hearts by a Whisperer's bow. Invisible are decent shots, are visible after first shot hits, wears light armor. Spellmar, there once was a village that was completely destroyed by a local warlock cabal. The survivors of the deal were captured and were experimented on. The warlocks trying to develop a way to make completely subservient soldiers that were highly resistant to magic. The warlocks named the experiment Spellmar, in making them immune but failed in making them subservient. They rebelled and eventually killed the warlocks. With the minds and shambles and their abilities having little use but fighting, Spellmar began raiding other villages to survive. High immunity against magic, average in every other case. Schemer, Dwemer artifacts are fascinating studies. Hopefully one day we can discover the knowledge they once had to recreate the power they once had. Till then, there will always be looters and adventurers that seal and plunder these advanced artifacts. Those people have taken some important blueprints that allows them to control some of the mechanical creatures that are in the depths of the Dwemer ruins. Taking upon themselves to control Dwemer relics to create an army of machines to rebuild the glory of the Dwemer civilization. Uses machinations that the Dwemer uses. The Magicka region uses armor, not to tough themselves. Thalmor engine. There are tons of reasons why the Thalmor hate the Dragonborn, interrupting plans, killing Thalmor officers, etc. When they send in assassins to try and kill Dragonborn. Agents are sent into the towns to observe the townspeople, but try and assassinate the Dragonborn if he or she is near. Been seen in bandit bases as well. The two groups probably made deals to ignore Thalmor agents as they raid towns, and in exchange the Thalmor agents help the bandits with their endeavors. Meaning their expertise in both hand-to-hand combat, they strike with daggers, swords, and axes. Low-level agents wear civilian clothes to blend in. A cult of plague-ridden savages who pretend to be priests of RK, but in good health, but instead spreads many diseases as much as they can. The infected by the group's disease tend to also join up, which bolsters numbers. Spitting attack can cause multiple diseases, disease-immune adventurers have less trouble with them. Cult of the Ghost Knight. There once was a bandit king, there once was a knight. This knight king was honorable and only raided other bandit camps or those that attacked his gang. When he was killed by his second in command, the king came back as a ghost and slaughtered his killer and his collaborators. Many followers worship the ghost as a god and follow in his footsteps by using magic to look ghostly. Heavy armor, resistant to frost and poison, otherwise regular bandits. Forsaken. Spent a group with the Forsaken, either because they were kicked out and hiding from the guards, decided Forsaken was another thing, recruiting bandits to Forsaken cause, etc. These savages threw the lot with the bandits for their is Forsaken not bandits? Better equipped and more profitable in raids. They still insist on wearing tribal clothing, however, they no longer believe in the Forsaken, but they believe in its message and cause. One of the most diverse bandit gangs out there, little armor and weaker weaponry. Valian's Duelist follows a Valiant, a legendary gladiator who left a legacy of glory and blood. Valiant cheated his way to the top using thugs, poison, and blackmail. His fighting style is still very formidable, so when he retired from the arena, he set out to create his own bandit gang, who he taught to fight as well as he did. And tanky, high defense, blocks a lot, low amount of vitality, no defense against spells. Soul Guard, abandoned men and women of all races dedicated to driving away the bandits in Skyrim by any means possible, including becoming bandits themselves. Create bandit weapons, since they believe that the strongest weapon is their own power. Formed from twin brothers who watch their family's home burn by bandits, it doesn't know why they succumbed to banditry. Normally equipped well with many magical weaponry and armor, well versed in all aspects of battle. Who knows? Levian Cabal. Cyric Lavian is a vampire lord. A small army of vampires at his disposal. He is very insistent to retain his humanity as best as possible, so he began his reign by integrating his vampire covenant into bandit society. The other bandit groups are very tolerant of these monsters, especially during night raids against lawful Skyrim. Vampire weaknesses. So most of the Zyphreium's roots comes from being bandits, so they spread out to local bandit holds to recruit new members, and to hunt solo or in the smaller groups. Since a lot of the Zyphreium came from bandits, usually welcome back to the holds with open arms. Most of if they slaughter a werewolf along the way, there's icing on the cake. These werewolves take much more damage from silver weapons. Only care silver weapons can be outgeared quickly. Blackheart. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Jesus Christ, this book. Blackheart, they're always fools that fight for money, usually mercenaries or followers of anyone willing to pay them to bolster their forces. Because they live or die as long as they fight. Some of these fools refuse to die and are more formidable than their buyers intended. Blackhearts are famous for being incredible swordsmen who always complete their jobs. Their reputation doesn't show us that they also kill off their buyers and replace them with someone that they can control. Brings fame and fortune to mercenaries, but that doesn't stop them from plundering and killing if they wish. And they wish a lot. Seasoned fighters that are masters of blade combat usually carries one sword. Adventurers can cut them through their weapon. Smithing in Skyrim has become a business, armor breaker. Whereas, because many smiths drop whatever they're doing, focus on making weapons and armor. Though not one particular smith refused to make weapons that would be used in bloodshed, the smith was famous for finding weak spots in armor and improving it. Eventually, someone kidnapped his family and left a note to start making armor for the war. Once of hard work, the venture for the smith hired to find the family returned only to say that his family was murdered. Some Clucax was in his only son's skull. Imperial Gladys in his wife's belly. Enraged, the smith slew this adventurer. All the armor he created and fled his village. A few weeks later, there was a new crew of bandits that knew exactly where to strike to get past their opponent's armor, and get on their way, especially Stormcloak and Imperial camps. It was exactly where to strike to ignore the target's armor, extremely dangerous to the multiple opponents. Good armor, extremely armored adventurer has little to worry about, are not too threatening alone. Diamond Bound. It's very boastful people, but the most boastful about them are the Diamond Bound. Speaking about how no one can harm them through their thickened skin and heavy armor. Some truth to the boast. Extremely annoying to work with, and normally in the fights with the groups in hand-to-hand combat, the Diamond Bound will eventually win out and making their boast even more annoying. High resistance to physical weapons, regular to low resistance to everything else. Hate a bandit. Well, there's just this one guy that nobody likes. It's not what he or she did to anyone, it's just nobody likes this guy and adventurers who find themselves lucky the bandits are taking each other out instead of villages and innocents. None will go after adventurers if all the bandits are dead. One less bandit to worry about. Lucky. Trollman. A group of bandits that worship trolls is a true example of raw strength. They imitate trolls using sorcery, giving them incredible regenerative powers. But for them, the magic also imitated the troll's weakness of fire. In mind, however, they believe that brings them closer to the troll brethren. High regenerative powers, fire tolerance. Cloaker. There are many different artists and designers in the world. Some create great works of art. Others make great clothing or armor of intricate designs. Cloakers make outfits that freeze, burn, or zap people to death. These magical artisans have no qualms about murdering people. They get too close to the work, and they love to see how long people can survive. They believe that they create beautiful art, so beautiful that you can die from it. There's all sorts of magic cloaks to damage enemies. No armor, arrows, and spells effective against cloak spells. Lurking in the shadows, these are confirmed groups that work for the council, but have not yet made a move into Skyrim. Don't worry, my bloodthirsty loot-hoarding friends, they will be here soon. Discarded hordes of refugees have banded together because they lost their homes to either war or raid. So they believe that the world abandoned them and at first given up hope. Skipping night, the refugees took advantage of such a moment and convinced others to steal, plunder, and kill for survival. Stat spells and perks are very powerful. Weak weapons, almost no armor. Forsaken Order, a group of Talos worshippers. Oh, is that what the Forsaken does? They feel abandoned by their god. A silver-tongued bandit lord tricked them to believing that by plundering the current holds, the priests gain vengeance on the god that abandoned them. Not much fighters, they assist other bandits by healing them. The healing more that slowly heals allies, no armor, high priority target. Clan Sininth. Dunmer clan, mob base in Morrowind who want to spread their influence to Skyrim and abusing the country as much as possible. The civil war going on, the clan decided this was a perfect opportunity to get in, so they took in the local bandit gangs, trained them to become clan guard material, and told them to plunder in the clan's name. This acts as good armor to the weaker ones, semi-diverse group. Only a few have access to full armor sets. Serpenti, a team of archaeologists found an Archivari tomb that was filled with the spirits of ghosts of the great people. These ghosts took control of the bodies of the expedition team and plans to spread their influence for the nameless Serpent King. Her blades, armor, and weapons may dual wield. Can be easily outgeared by seasoned adventurers. World Eater. Creepers with the light, world leaders will be the darkness. Master of the voice, they are sure that the end of the world is coming and actively causing chaos all over Skyrim. They have agents all over the bandit holds to recruit the bandits to the cause. Can use a voice, powerful mages, no armor. Deceiver nobody bandit found a trove of robes that were as strong as the thickest of armor. He used such armor to his chieftain take over his gang. The bandit then proceeded to share his trove and told his men to plunder. Deceiver tricked many of travelers and adventurers in hopes that they would kill a lightly armored opponent, whereas armored robes carrying enchanted daggers may catch sneaky archers off guard. We're not really too tough, only initially catches you off guard. Possess. So there's a no-name man gang who found a Daedric shrine that had no patron god. Dremora popped right out of the shrine and began brainwashing the bandits. Those who were brainwashed, very still much the same, but they served the Dremora now, and he gave them the gift to turn allies into frenzied fools that strike their own teammates. He caused adventurers allies to go berserk and attack allies, not too useful when adventurers go solo. Hexer, godless heathens that believe that it is their duty to destroy the temples of the gods and all who worship their kind. Well, the Hexers are very capable mages, but they excel in hindering and weakening their enemies. Most of the Hexer spells involve slowing down their opponents while the Hexer's allies kill them. There's lots of stun knockback spells, they're not too dangerous alone, no armor. Hey, Druids of Skyrim that notice the anger of the forest and the foolishness of sentient kind. They decide that anyone who attacks and destroys the holds in their destructive ways are allies in protecting the forest. Bandits who are famous for killing and slaughtering whole towns fit the criteria for ally quite nicely for them. They have the power to summon animal spirits, and the most powerful druids can even summon spriggans. Summons animals or creature guards not too powerful themselves. Ghoul. Swallows of Nimir who hunt and feast on the flesh of people for their own sake. Being angered by their errands, curse them to be sickly, looking pale. They don't seem to mind as indicated who was one of them and who was food. Bandits only seem to stomach your company because they were zealous fighters and were very good at getting rid of bodies. A lot of damage and caused bleed armor. No armor. Bleed damage, no armor. Doomsayer. Some say, some people finally fell in despair due to their families being butchered like pigs or being publicly shamed in front of their peers, being everything thing in between. People are determined to repent their sins by screaming to others that they also must repent as the end times are coming. Since the dragons returning, the Doomsayers see this as a sign of the end times and gladly join up with bandits. For their force of destruction, that's all that's coming to the world. Always deal tons of damage, always two-hand. Some are enchanted, tons of health, no armor. Liberation, Skyrim Liberation Organization. Many of the minority races feel unrepresented in Skyrim, so they help support their fellows. They create a group that shows awareness. The organization was persecuted by the ignorant people of Skyrim and was quickly destroyed by them. The Tars are bitter towards the Nords and have a new purpose to pillage the land of Skyrim and all that live there. Similar to other Nord bandits, as they share the need to pillage the lands. Double damage against the Nords, effective guard killers. Bad enemies when bandits are raiding towns, kind of average against any other race. Let me guess, and this is the exact opposite. Chosen of Skyrim. Critical faction of Skyrim that believes it's time to remove all those who were not Nords out of Skyrim now. They lost a lot of support after the rumors of the rituals where they remove the hearts of other races and mount their heads on the walls. They now live amongst the bandits. Fight them since the chosen fights with more ferocity than when they see other races. Even against non-Nord folk, very average against Nords. Legion of Masters, a sect of warriors who strive to become the best weapon expert ever. They achieve ranks by killing as many people as they can with their weapons and bring back their skulls as proof of their endeavor. They then join up with bandits, hone their skills, and have nearly never-ending supply of skills to return home with. Massive all weapons will deal tons of damage even at low level. No more ranged weapons will be preferred. Fist of the Stunning Blade. Martial artists, monks who once traveled through Skyrim When they were slaughtered by a gang of bandits, within the loot there was a book mainly covered with blood. Described the various fighting styles of the monk. The only style not covered in blood was a fist's stunning blade. Bandits mastered the fighting style and now use it to cause mayhem across Skyrim. Will stun you with each power attack, may even get worse as the bandit finds a weapon. No armor initially doesn't have a weapon due to bandit's hubris. Weary. A group of world-weary veteran adventurers that would like to find a good death from combat. So, but battle-honored individual join up with bandits to find a worthy individual to slay them. It is nothing to help them find peace, as the individuals still fight to the fullest extent of their skill and made the bandits believe ratings much more profitable than before. Great stats all around, very dangerous foes, higher level than most bandits. Where the most seasoned adventurers are worthy of finding them, low health due to age. Drinker. Sets of cursed rings that drain the life of not the wearer, but anyone who the wearer perceives as a threat. When the drinker kills a person this way, he gets another ring to slip into the dead's hand. The body comes back to life like nothing happened and becomes a servant of the original ring bearer. No one knows who created these rings, but their influence in spreading, and by creating eyes with the local bandit gangs, they have no trouble finding new victims to bolster their own ranks. As being around them drains magic and health, not much tougher than normal bandits. Witch Hunter, group that hunts mages. Specifically, the Witch Hunters believe that all Skyrim blows come from magic and will lynch anyone that believes otherwise. They pull from the ignorant masses or those who lost sight of magical instincts, learn how to become a bit more resistant to magical assaults and learn a way to drain magic away from a spellcaster's body, and then weaken useless against the blades of the Witch Hunters. They tolerate bandit mages for now, due to they want to kill everyone, including other mages. So for now, they're aligned. And stories poison magic, just in the spells. Here's only the mages, warriors won't have too much problems. Dawn Warden, splinter groups of Dawn Guards who decided the best way to prevent vampires is to kill everyone in the villages where a vampire was found. Because the Vanguard will not have anything like that in the ranks, so they destroy the splinter group. So I still have all their vampire seals, as well as their local loyal animal companions that hunt in their names. It's massive damage to vampires as crossbow. You can have husky or armored troll companions, not too effective as non-vampire adventurers. Trolls are only encountered by stronger adventurers. Feral. So werewolves that tries to hide their monstrous forms while hiding away in bandit camps. They're cornered, they transform into angry werewolves that only attack the enemy. These tame werewolves are accepted in bandit ranks since they make great shock troops, since they can always call the civilian to take care of such animals as they get out of hand. If found werewolves, if killed quickly, they will not become werewolves. Spinner. These bandits were once giant spider farmers who raised their spiders to be both peaceful and productive towards civilized people. One day, a group of adventurers set the cave fire. When the majority of the spinning spiders resided, the spiders survived, scuttled out of the cave to a nearby town, and were then slaughtered by the townsfolk. The spinners are now left without particular income. Jeff said in there was little to no way of coming back from such a loss. Jim and the group decided that the only way to survive was to retrain the remaining spiders for battle. Learn forbidden remains magic, and plenty of those who do not understand the importance of blessed creatures. Well, first and all, spider-based magic and spider poisons are not warriors. Host of Thieves. This is a loose organization of thieves that operate inside of towns, cities, and civilized places. They have no problems with attacking people in plain sight. In fact, they relish in it. They run away when they're very injured. Most of these thieves are thrill seekers and more interested in the thrill of killing an innocent person over stealing their items. Bandits are way more dangerous to town people than to adventurers, so you may want to keep loved ones safe and armored. Appears in town cities or extremely hospitable townspeople. No guards are on the lookout for such thieves. Mad Blaster. Some mages like to learn the healing arts. Some mages love to transmute one item. Others like to learn the secrets of magic to harness its power. Mad Blasters like to blow things up. And it goes boom. It's like music to the sect of mages' ears. Of course, such a destructive practice will almost always kicked out of any place of study magic. Luckily for the Mad Blasters, they find comfort in the fact that blowing people up makes all their anger go away for a couple of minutes at a time. Like their enemies, they like their spells exploding, basic mage weakness, plus chance to hit allies in their own blast. Goldbreaker, a radical group of bandits that believe that money is the source of all evil in the world and will go out of their way to destroy the evil gold and restore our older army to the world by force. Obviously insane. Fortunately, they developed a way to strike people and target the coins instead of blood, and really, really dangerous to the penny pinching adventurer. Cannon will destroy your gold, that's all they do. There are Deathbringer. There are always those willing to risk their lives for the idea that they believe in, and there are the Deathbringers. It's are crazy and suicidal that enchant their weapons to deal extreme damage in exchange for their lives. The mage had taught them the enchant and told them that it wasn't necessary to add in the exchange for the lives part, but they felt it was needed. Deals tons of damage for one strike, immediately dies after one attack. Sapper, warrior that excels at weakening their opponents, to prevent them from performing well in battle. These bandits rely on others to help ensure the kill while they focus on disabling opponents. These fighters carry the secret of the skill to the grave. Said that this ability was very common hundreds of years ago. Lowers ability to a point. Yeah, that's all they can do. May target wrong skill the adventure excels at. Wow. Okay, I'm on Banisher. Jesus Christ, this is extensive. Oh, thank goodness. We'll finish that next time. Yeah, this guy's name is like Rotten Carcass for some reason. Okay, but anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode though, so if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. See ya!